So we've had some requests for the YouTube videos for you guys, and one of them is what to do when you don't have any money and you want to start in property. Now this is what I would do. So there's a couple of different routes for you guys. One, people teach you, and there's some good people that teach this. They tell you about rent to rent and lease options. Now I don't touch either of those for a couple of reasons. There's just my own thoughts. Rent to rent, you're renting somebody else's house and then you rent it on to tenants, and basically you take the profit in the middle. Well, to my mind, property is financial freedom, and the only way to get financial freedom, which is time and money freedom in the long run, is owning the assets. So I don't want you being effectively a glorified rental agent or letting agent stuck in between tenants who are complaining because the landlord doesn't invest, and the landlord who's complaining because they've got an agreement with you and they don't want to give you any more money to sort their properties out. Lease options, personally, I think lease options are great for planning, but I don't necessarily think they're great for residential, because I just feel that they're not appropriate. And I think that if you do a lease option, agree a house for £1, and 7 years later you come to buy the house and the house has gone up, they're going to get a no-win, no-fee lawyer. So I don't like those kind of no cash in strategies for starting out in property, just precisely because I want you to own the assets. So what my view is, owning the assets, if you don't have all the money in the world, and none of us do as property investors, so you're normal, owning the assets is all about finding discounted deals and working with investors. So what I would like you to do is start with those particular skills, finding discounted deals and working with investors. And it is the route that I took, and it worked out really well. So it's probably why I'm recommending you might consider the same. So what we did was a deal sourcing business. A combination of things. From the very beginning, I was all about buying the assets because that's financial freedom, and it takes a while to grow that portfolio and then for that portfolio to kind of yield its money back out to you. So I borrowed money from people, I bought houses discounted, I refinanced them, and I paid them back, and with interest. I borrowed the renovation money from people as well. But in case that didn't quite work out fully, because sometimes you can't refinance the entire property back out immediately, what I also did was run a deal sourcing business whereby we found discounted properties, sold them on to investors for a fee. We were charging 5% plus VAT, and then we got paid upon exchange. So that earned reasonably good money quite quickly, which I then used for more deposits. And then the third route I did, which was like my second safety insurance, if you like, was once we got good at deal sourcing, I was thinking, well, why, in the nicest way, why am I taking only 5% when the investor's getting huge discounts, because we sourced loads of deals. So then what we moved to quite strongly, depending on whether people were compliant or not, and we always chose whether we did the deal as a joint venture or whether we did the deal as a source deal. We did a lot of joint ventures. At one point with 30 on the go, it was quite busy. And really what that consisted of was finding the deal, releasing it to the investors who are JV compliant, look up PS 13/3, and then we would buy and sell. Basically they would buy it, we would get all the work done, and then we'd sell it again, ideally for a profit. And then the profit was split 50-50. So the investor put the money in but didn't do any work. We didn't put any money in but did all the work. And so those two extra bits of, if you like, financial insurance, deal sourcing, which made money, and joint venture buy to sells, which made money, helped me buy properties with the money I'd earned from them. But it also helped me buy properties by borrowing the full amount from investors, refinancing, paying them back out. And if there was ever a shortfall, then the money I earned from deal sourcing and buy to sell, if you like, kind of ensured that shortfall. That's how I would do it if I were you guys. I wouldn't start with any no money property schemes, because they don't teach you the real things you need to know, which is how do you find deals and how do you work with investors. I would go immediately into buying assets and actually borrow the money from other people, making sure you've got amazing deals, and then back it up with a couple of what I might call insurance schemes. I'm in Brooklyn. It is Thanksgiving. I've just popped out to go and get some bacon foil for the turkey. Thanksgiving starts in 10 minutes. I hope that's useful. Bye.